How's it going, everyone in YouTube land? This is Nintito from Nintito's Art, and yeah, this is decided to bring out the good old sketchbook. Um, actually, this project I was going to do in a sketchbook, like as a form of practice, because I was going it's the first time doing a pin color pin artwork. And I picked out the portrait of Kate Beckinsale from Underworld, the movie Underworld. And I was just doing it as a form of practice before, excuse me, before I was going to put the or start doing a main image on poster board paper. Because as many of you might know or don't know, I like doing my drawings on poster board paper. But that got to the point where, like, you know what, I might as well just continue with this project and just film it um, straight to the sketchbook. And of course, part of my channel is that if I'm experimenting new things, um, I want you to see it, and if I make a mistake, then I have to find a way to correct it. So it's not going to be strictly uh, pin, because unfortunately I am missing a brown colored pin, a ballpoint pen. Yes, believe it or not, they do make brown colored ballpoint pens. I'm missing that one in for skin tones. If I'm not mistaken, you need the color orange, brown, and pink, and a little bit of yellow. But I'm missing the brown one. Um, I got that. I got that color combination from a YouTuber that I follow. I'm subscribed to, called the Moose Art. He check him out. He is very great with using color pens for portraits. It's amazing the stuff he can do with pen. So um, yeah, he gives a lot of other channels to run for the money. Other channels that use markers, Copic markers, or Prismacolor. He uses pens. Um, but since I couldn't get a brown color pen to do the skin tone, I'm just gonna do a combination of color pencils and colored ballpoint pens. So for the lips and for the iris, I'm using ballpoint pens. Um, just very lightly, picking up the like each stroke. I pick up the pencil, I mean pen, um, so I can get the indication of color. And places where the just a little bit of a shadow or it's a little bit darker, I just slightly press down a little bit, not too much, to get that indication. Now, I when I started the sketch in pencil, I do the silhouette first. I guess that's my very favorite method. I usually do the look at the reference photo, and I just scale it up to my medium, to my paper, which in this case is the sketchbook, and I just basically sketch it out on the sketchbook. I get do the silhouette first, which is the basically the outline. That's what I call it. I don't know the exact terminology, but I call it silhouette. I do the outline, and then from there I just basically pinpoint, eyeballing the image, and I put it in the I translate it to the paper. Now you are gonna see certain points where that I feel like I'm a little off with the pencil, and rather than just erasing, I just make the adjustment with the pen as I go along. So if you see me hold the pen perpendicular or horizontal across the face. It's because I'm basically pinpointing the measurements on the from the picture to the drawing. Okay, so right now what I'm using is a HB graphite pencil, very lightly, because the photographs it does have an indication it's like a bit of a shadow, like a slight shadow, not too heavy, and it's kind of like a grayish tone. Um, since Selena Kyle, um, does her name? No, not Selena Kyle. Well, I can't remember her name. Selene, I apologize. Selene, I know I'm called Selena Kyle. Selene, she's was just Kate Beckinsale's character in the movie. She's kind of has this very not pale like she's the undead, but kind of like porcelain type skin. I guess to give her that effect that she's a vampire. So even though I'm using peach for the face, she's got a bit of like white highlights on her cheekbones. I'm gonna figure a way to do that so the highlights can come out of her face. That's gonna be a bit of a challenge, but I'm gonna find out a way to do that. I don't know if I'm gonna be erasing or I'm gonna be using some sort of color pencil, probably color pencil to see if it comes through. But for the time being, I'm gonna use peach as a solid the base color for her face. All right. Yeah, be sure to if you do stumble up to my channel, be sure to visit my see my speech sketch tutorial of not a tutorial as of yet. It's when a speech sketch of Batman from Batman vs Superman. I did it in a way where I used construction paper with a mixture of colored pencils. So please check that out if you don't mind, and give it a like and subscribe if possible. It really help me out, and I appreciate that. All right, so yeah, just nothing more to explain here. Just adding more, putting the base color of of peach, refining the drawing, going back and forth with my colored pencils and a pen. I'm thinking about starting a category where I complete a because I did that with a drawing, a portrait I did of Freddie Mercury, and it's basically just because I have the way I have my system set up is where I have a one where I do like a lengthy video where I'm basically explaining the tutorial, how I'm doing my how I go about doing my drawings. Then the time lapse video of the same drawing, and but I think I'm doing one where the drawing is complete, complete per YouTube standards, and on that one you can just go in and you'll see I'll give an explanation, about 10-15 minute explanation of what I did to get to that point. Yeah, as you can tell right now, I do the measure. I'm holding the pen perpendicular because I'm actually measuring the eye. See how low it actually is, and I make an adjustment in the eye, and make it a little bit lower. Yeah, because well, it's just my style. I'm not one for straight up getting the putting paper on top of the image and straight up tracing the outline. I like doing everything freehand. And of course when the way I'm doing it, It's not gonna come 100% accurate. There's gonna be nuances here and there. But I don't mind going back fixing it. I mean, if the drawing allows me to fix it, I don't mind going back fixing it. If it doesn't, I think it adds to the charm. It's a YouTuber out there that I follow. Her name's I think Super Diesel. I like her style too because she has a style where as far as I know, it doesn't look like she traces the outline of the character. She basically freehands it. She eyeballs it and everything, and I like that aspect. I like her style because it's just something about the picture not coming out, the drawing not coming out as accurate as the picture. But it's unique, and it has charms to the photograph, if that makes any sense. And that's what I'm trying to go for. All right. So at this point of the portrait of the drawing, I'm about to basically start working on the hair. And when it came to the hair, I was contemplating how go about it. If I try doing the straight up ballpoint pen, but then I saw that it's going to take a rather long time, and this is the type of drawing that and also this is the type of drawing that I'm actually trying to experiment with different mediums. So I just decided to start off with the ballpoint pen and just like make the outlines of individual strands of hair standing out. Of course, when you're doing a drawing based on a portrait, that's when it's a dark-haired person. Sometimes in pictures, the highlights or the individual strands of hair you can't see clearly. So I had to kind of squint and see to try to make out where the strands of hair were lying on the portrait. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just basically loosely making the indication of loose strands of hair with the ballpoint pen. I was contemplating what medium to use besides ballpoint pen. I was trying to see if I use Prismacolor pencil, marker, or charcoal, or even soft pastels. So I just went for it, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and use marker. Unfortunately, the marker I picked a picture of Sharpie. It was basically dried out, or not much ink in it. So I just decided to just go with it and see if I could get like a make a negative into a positive, see if I can get something out of it. It really didn't get me far. So I decided just to go a different route, and like when it's the strands of hairs that are very very light, I use like just the ballpoint pen. But I'm actually gonna start using a permanent marker that I bought at the Dollar Tree store. In a moment. Yeah, I'm still trying to. Right, I'm still trying to use the marker, dried out marker. There we go. Now here I'm using the permanent marker from about a Dollar Tree. At first, I just started doing like quick marks, see if I can get the effect of individual strands of hair. Then like I really didn't like much how that was turning out, so I uh, I went ahead and got a color pencil to because right now what I'm trying to do is trying to blend in the marker with the color pencil and make it look like it's part of the hair, you know, or like shadows in the hair. It's a experimentation phase. So I'll go back to the marker and I fill it up some more based on the drawing. I mean, based on the picture. I'm trying to see where I see a lot of shadow, and that's what I'm doing right now. So you're gonna see right here at this point. I'm gonna experiment with different type of mediums to try to get the best effect I can for the hair. Excuse me. All right, so right now I'm doing with going over with the color pencil. Then like I was looking. So, and keep in mind the color pencil I'm using is the Crayola color pencil, and just it just wasn't working out for me. So I went back to the drawing board. Well, not back to the drawing board. I went ahead and grabbed the Prismacolor black Prismacolor pencil instead, and that actually worked out better, which I'm going to be using here in a moment. There we go, the black color pencil, or Prismacolor pencil, and I just decided to grab the my black soft pastel, and I just rubbed it in, and actually that started coming out better. You know, it started bringing out more of the highlights. So that's what I started using. Basically, I'm just going back and forth between the marker, color pencil, and the black soft pastel. So far in this drawing, I'm using three different type about 4 or 5 types of mediums. I'm using ballpoint pens, color pencils, marker, charcoal pen, and regular pencil. So that's actually 5 different type of mediums. Okay, I know I'm real quiet here, but it's really not much to talk about here. Just, building up the layers on the hair. Alright, so no indication of her infamous leather bodysuit. Alright, so back to the marker again, and just adding some more individual strands of hair and more shadows. This marker, I gotta be very careful because it tends to drip. So every time I open it, I had to be careful where I was placing it, because last thing I wanted to do was get that marker on the face, and it's a bye-bye drawing. Alright, so yeah, at this point, a slight delay. I had to get up and run an errand real quick. Right now I'm using the eraser to try to bring out the highlights a little bit more on the hair. I'm gonna just upgrade to Instagram TV, and my YouTube. Like I mentioned before, I do like a full tutorial video, step by step process of what I do on my drawings, my portraits, and then at the same time I do like a time lapse or art a speed art of the same portrait. But I will also, I think I'm gonna start a new playlist where I just basically talk about the finished piece, like a 10-15 minutes summary of the finished piece, and what I did to make that piece. What type of method I use and mediums and everything. So basically, I'm trying to set up for individuals with different attention spans. Some people like that lengthy tutorials. Some people like, well, just want to watch speed sketch. Some people just want to have like a 10-15 minute, explanation of how the portrait, the drawing was made. After this should be one more video, and I should be done, and I will be loading that up to the to Instagram and YouTube. In the meantime, I thank y'all for your support. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that bell for notification, and give me the like. And be sure to visit my Instagram. It's called @Ninzito's or Ninzito's Art. Same name as my YouTube page. Alright, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and let the video play out, and I'll make some adjustments here and there off screen, and we'll come back. We'll finish the Selene Underworld portrait. Alright. Alright, so continuing with the drawing at hand here, and as you can see, the hair from last time, just a quick recap, I used a marker, permanent marker, a little bit of Prismacolor, black Prismacolor, and black pastel, and continuing where I left off. Right now, I'm adding the indication of her outfit, or part of her outfit, with the black marker. And I'm doing is the black marker, and I'm just basically just heavily indicating where the darkest parts are at. And in a moment, I do go back and grab the black Prismacolor, and that's for the where the lighter parts are at, or where a little bit of a highlight's coming out. You'll see right now in a moment what I mean. Funny thing is this particular portrait, this project, I'm using my sketchbook, and I always use my sketchbook when I'm practicing new mediums I'm not used to, or trying to get better with a medium. So it was supposed to be like a practice piece before I use like I do my actual portrait on the poster paper. But I just decided to start recording it, and I figured, just show it to y'all, because that's one of the main reasons I started my channel, to show you how not to be afraid of taking a chance, or trying new mediums, or new styles of drawing, because you can never get better unless you try. And if you mess up, that's okay. That's just it's a learning experience. So that's what I just did. Like right now, this is the very first time, to be honest, I ever did mixed media. And I be honest, I didn't know how this particular piece was going to turn out. so far I am satisfied the way it turned out. I know it's not perfect, but hey, for being my first time and being a mixed media piece, I don't think it looks too bad, to be honest. Like you see right there, right now I'm mixing the soft pastels with the color pencils into the black marker to trying to make it blend it into one, like it's one piece. And right now I'm using the white metallic marker to add the additional highlights to the suit, and of course I did all the same thing to the hair. And this is supposed to be like a practice piece before I started working on the poster, like I mentioned earlier. But I decided just keep on working on it. And yep, there we go. You see, still working on it now. My channel is very, very, very new. I mean, I only have a couple of videos out, and I'm still trying to find my niche in this art YouTube art community. I'm trying to do right now. I'm concentrating into doing portraits, but I really want to do is basically try new ways of doing art or drawings. Like different mediums. Like in this case, medium mixing marker, color pencils, and charcoal, soft pastels together to get this come up with this piece. I think that's what I'm gonna be doing moving forward. Trying new different styles of art, and show you how to work around your limitations. Because you don't have to have the most expensive artwork or most expensive art equipment to make nice or great looking art. And I'm trying to set my way of making my type of video. So what I'm gonna start doing is like I'm doing right now, doing the somewhat tutorial videos where I'm speaking and explaining the drawing or the coloring process of such a portrait I'm working on. And the same portrait I'm gonna do like a full lengthy tutorial where I'm explaining step by step. And then I'm gonna do like a quick sketch or a speed painting of the same portrait I'm working on, like 5 to 10 minutes. So people who can also see look into that. And also I'm going to be creating like a 10 to 15 minute video where I'm just doing a summary explaining the finished product, what I did to get to that point. So basically those 3 different type of playlists. The reason I'm doing this is because I noticed that there's people have different taste, and they have different ways of going about watching videos. And I don't understand that people don't have the time because of work, and some people have a low attention spans. I'm that type of person. I have a low attention span also. So I'm giving my audience, or giving you the subscribers the choice of either going to the playlist and watching a full lengthy tutorial, anywhere from 30 minutes up to an hour or even more. If you want to, just sit back and get the full experience, or if you want to have you enjoy the quick speed or the time lapse videos, you can watch those. Still related to the drawing, related to the drawing that I'm working on. Or if you want to skip all that, you can go to the playlist where it shows the finished piece, and just basically I'll just give you like a 10 to 15 minute summary of what mediums I use, how I went about to work on that particular piece. So that's basically I'm trying to try that right now because I'm still I'm fairly new, and I'm trying to find my way, my niche when it comes to YouTube and this art community. Um, I'm also gonna do something called well, I have a name for it yet, but I'm gonna start doing more the line on the lines under cartooning, or basically doing portraits or character models of famous people, or even YouTubers. I mean, if I'm allowed, well, due respect, where I draw them in a cartoon-like fashion, and I'll give as I'm doing that, I'll give like a brief tutorial on how to make famous celebrities, or anybody in particular into a caricature of themselves, like something that you can see on like a Saturday morning cartoon, or Cartoon Network, or even Nickelodeon and Disney. Why not? So right now, so just basically adding the background. Well, I'm adding black because just to make the hair stand out more. Now, funny thing about the background is the marker I was using on the left hand side. I had plenty, but then I ran out of ink on the right hand side. And what I did to improvise, I used the dark black Prismacolor pencil. And that's one of the things I mentioned before in my videos, is that part of my reason starting this channel is because I want to show you that if something goes wrong, or if you run out of particular ink, or this case ink, or you're missing a color, don't be afraid to substitute one medium for another medium to make up for the shortcomings. Because when there's a will, there's a way to fix a drawing. Funny thing is that this started off as a quick sketch. The way I started working on it, quick sketch, scribbling, and then from there I just started, adding the details and everything. If you want to know what I mean by quick sketch, you can basically watch my quick. It's a lengthy tutorial. It shows you how to do a portrait using the method scribble method, or quick sketch method. It's with Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker. I mean, it's lengthy, but if you have the time, go ahead and watch it, and that should help you out and give you some tips on how to do a project with that particular style. All right, right now I'm just finishing up. Now after this video, I actually brought it up on MediaBang. It's digital art drawing tool, and I did some adjustments and fixing them. So that's the beauty of doing traditional and digital art, is that you can do traditional, and you can always go back to digital art, and you can make adjustments and make fix things or add things, and experiment more with other mediums through digital art also. All right, I'm just doing the finishing touching right now. About to be done with this artwork. I was just take our time right now to thank you for your patience. I still haven't have any subscribers yet, or any likes, but if you do stumble onto my channel and you're happy to see this piece, don't be afraid to like it, to subscribe, and you always remember to ring the bell for notification. It'll let you know when my next video is coming out. I don't know, I'm starting small here, but as I get more accustomed to YouTube and ways of YouTube, I will try to improve my equipment, and try to bring you better and better art tutorials and work. But it's about to be done, and I thank you for your time. Okay, and I'll see you next time. And make sure to fit in my Instagram. It's called Nintendo's Art. Thank you. Have a great time. Bye.